Hi everyone, and welcome back again to Queenette at VODCAST. My name is Queenette at and today we are going to be talking about 5 important things you need to discuss with your partner before saying I do. Yes, before accepting that marriage proposal, before saying yes and collecting that ring. Before I would even say this thing should be discussed at the early stage of a relationship, before going really far, before spending years in courtship and dating. These things are so important that people leave it at the last minute, and then by the time you start discussing about it, it might lead to heartbreak. So we are going to be talking about this thing now. So it is very, very important for you to stay tuned to the end of this video. This video is particularly for all the single men and single ladies out there. So if you have a daughter that is of the age of marriage or dating, or you have a sister or a brother, then you need to send this video to them, because this video has nothing to do with gender. It is basically for everyone who is still single and hoping to get into a relationship or marry in the next few years. So stay tuned to the end of this video while we get into it. Number 1, genotype. What is a genotype? A genotype is a genetic constitution of an individual organism. This is something I see people don't talk about until after marriage, or probably maybe the date of the marriage has been set, or when they've gone really far and deep in their relationship, and then they have to realize that they are not a match for each other due to their genotype. So it is always very important for you as an individual to talk about your genotype even before the start of the relationship. When you go on a date, I used to believe that even when you go on a date, things like these are some things that you should discuss about each other, to know even if you're going to start up a relationship at all. Because not discussing about your genotype at the start of a relationship can lead to heartbreak, or can lead to more health complications in future for your children. Sometimes we have people that are AA, we have people that are AS or SS or AC, and so many like that. So you as a person needs to know the genotype of the person you're trying to get into a relationship with. If you're an AS and you are in a relationship, or you get married to someone who is AS, then automatically you should know that there's higher chances of you giving birth to SS or AS. So it is always important for you to know this. Or you are AS and you are getting married to someone who is SS or AC. These things are very, very important for you to know, in order for you to know if you're going to be in a relationship with that person. And it's not just by guessing. This is something you can know by doing a lab test, going to the hospital or going to the lab to do a blood test in order for you to know your genotype. I know there's a lot of scientific way now that people can determine the kind of child they are going to have through pregnancy, but these procedures are very, very expensive. Only if you have the money to do all of that. Yeah, it is possible, but remember, it can be emotionally traumatizing, especially for the woman having to go through pregnancy. And imagine you now undergoing all those things, and they are telling you that your child is going to be SS and things like that. It is always good to prevent things like that from the start of the relationship. And number 2, religion. Yes, I like talking about religion. I like telling people to talk about their religion before the start of a relationship, because I know religion is very, very important. I'm a Christian, and my Bible tells me that a man will leave his or her family and a woman will leave his or her family to become one with their man, with their woman. So the two shall become one. So when you're going into a relationship, especially relationships you know that is going to lead to marriage, it is always good for you guys to discuss about your religion. Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Are you, a native? Things like that, traditionalist. You need to discuss about those things, because I believe couples, in order for you to be one, then you have to worship the same religion or do the same thing. When it comes to religion, you have to have the same beliefs. as an individual. So if I'm a Muslim and I'm going to get married to someone that is a Christian, then I have to sit and think about it. Is this person going to convert into a Muslim, or am I going to convert into a Christian? These are things that you should discuss before the start of a relationship at all. Before even going further, before going into the marriage state, you need to discuss about this thing. Remember, do not be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. I think religion makes a great impact in a household, even though religion doesn't determine the success of the marriage, but it makes a great impact in a marriage. Okay, even if I'm not going to convert into a traditionalist, or I'm not going to convert into a Christian, or you're not going to convert into a Muslim, am I still going to be allowed to believe in what I believe in? Am I still going to be allowed to go to mosques? Am I still going to be allowed to go to church? Am I still going to be allowed to worship my tradition or whatever I'm doing? Religion is very, very important when you at the talking stage of your relationship, when you are going on a date. These are conversations as well I think you should have at the start of a relationship. These things are very important because it has broken a lot of home. And number 3, finance is very, very important. A lot of people don't take this thing serious, but it is important at the talking stage as well. Know about the future goal. Are you guys on the same level when it comes to thinking, when it comes to achievements, career wise and things like that? You need to talk about the bills. What do you think? Are you a 50-50 person, or are you the lady that believes that a man has to take the role of all the financials in the house, financial responsibility in the house? You guys need to know about things like that, because I've seen finance makes a great impact in marriage. It can either make or break your relationship or your marriage. Finance is very, very important. What do you think about finance when it comes to savings? Are you the kind of man or woman that believes in a joint account, or you believe in having a separate account? Are you the type of man that believe in you have your own property, I have my own property, or do you believe in we do it together? All those things makes a great impact when it comes to relationship, though it does not guarantee the success of your marriage, because I believe marriage needs 2 people who are extremely patient and ready to tolerate each other before it can work. And God, it can sound a little bit creepy when you're discussing about finance on the first date, so I would leave finance to be discussed at the start of the relationship, maybe when you guys have started dating and then you want to talk about the finance. Yes, it is important. And then we're going to go to number 4. What is number 4? Number 4 is sexual compatibility. Yes, sexual compatibility is very, very important. You need to discuss about sexual compatibility. You need to know if you're sexually compatible with this person before saying yes, I do. This is something you need to discuss after you guys have started having sex in the relationship, if you believe in sex before marriage. And if you don't believe in sex before marriage as well, this is something you guys need to discuss before saying yes, I do. What are your preferences when it comes to sex? You need to know that, because you don't want to get married to someone you would not be able to satisfy at the end of the day, because sex is very, very important in marriage. It makes a big deal and a big role in a marriage. What are the kind of things you like during sex? Are you the freaky one, or are you the mommy and daddy ones? You guys need to discuss about everything. It is important. I know people say, oh, this is raw, this is you need to talk about it, because you don't want to get married and then having to be stepping outside of your marriage, all in the name of my man cannot satisfy me or my woman cannot satisfy me. You need to know, are you the once in 3 months person, or are you the everyday person when it comes to sex? Does this person have a high sex drive, or does this person have a low sex drive? Because if you're someone with a low sex drive, it is not okay for you to marry someone with high sex drive, because you won't be able to satisfy the person when you end up getting married to each other. Remember, in marriage, when it comes to marriage is deeper than what you think. Marriage is not just one day celebration. It is something that is for a lifetime. So if you need to really actually know each other before going into it. So you need to know if you are going to be sexually compatible with this person. I want to say yes, I do it. And number 5 number 5 is your past. Yes, I know some people believe in selective disclosure. Yes, that is your opinion, but left to me, I believe in total disclosure, because there's something they call deal breaker. Yes, what you can accept is different from what I can accept. What I can accept is different from what you can accept. So I need to know everything you've done in your past. I need to know if you've been raped. I need to know if you've done prostitution. I need to know if you're an ex-convict. You know, basically discuss everything about your past. So you need to let people know about your past before getting into a relationship. Trust me, there is always someone out there for you that would accept you regardless of your past. Because I used to believe that every sinner has a future and every saint has a past. Yes, that is what I believe in. He says, he without sin shall cast the first stone. But it is always important for you to be transparent before you say I do. And also, one thing I want to chip in, when we are talking about our past to people, it is always good for us to give them time to process it and make a decision themselves if they actually want to be with us or not. If they decide they don't want to be with us, that is fine. That means we still haven't found the right person. But if they decide they want to be with us, you know that yes, that is their decision. They actually want to be with us. But let's not impose like, yes, you have to accept this thing on them. Remember, everyone has a way that they process things. So let us give them a chance, give them the time to process, digest it, and make a decision if they want to be with us or not. And also follow up my social media accounts, which I'll be leaving the link down below, so you can always connect with me. We can be friends and we can, you know, talk about more things. Also, if you have a question you want to ask, you can always send a DM or leave it in the comment section below. Send me a DM on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm on all platforms. You can always contact me. You can even contact me on Twitter and on Trends. I'm everywhere. And I hope to see you again next week. Don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell so you can always get notified anytime I post the video. Bye.